Hey guys, welcome back to Everyday Dad. Today we got the Dewalt DCST972 attachment string trimmer, and I've had quite a few people request doing a spool loading video or trimmer head loading video. So let's go ahead and get started with that. Well, first thing I did is I went ahead and cut off about 10 feet of string from my spool, and this is 0.105 string. The Dewalt does recommend only going up to a 0.95 string, but this is what I had on hand, so we're just going to see if it fits and how well it performs with this larger string. Anyways, don't really recommend going above and beyond, but it's what I have, so it's what I'm using. But let's go ahead and load up the spool, and I got probably 10 feet or so here. Alright, so first thing you're going to want to do is, if you notice on the spool, it's going to be a little hard for you guys to see that. See here, it's a little spit shine. There's a little white mark indicator there, that white mark. Alright, well, it might be a little bit tough for you guys to notice, but there is a little white indicator here, that little white mark. What you're going to want to do is you're going to find the other white mark. So there's one on the spool head itself. When you light, there's actually two on the spool and just one on the spool head. So you're going to want to line those two white marks up like we've done here. Then all you're going to do is go ahead and grab your string, and once those marks, these two marks are lined up, you can just pass the string. Sometimes it takes a little bit of a fight here, but you should be able to pass the string right through the spool head, which we can. We're just catching up on the other side a little bit. So one tip I have here is just to kind of try to straighten out your trimmer wire string a little bit prior to passing it through. So now we got those two lines marked up and we got our trimmer string. We're just going to go ahead and pass the string straight through the spool head. It's going to come right on out the other side. It's easy as that. Now that I have the string passed through the spool head, what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab this end of it and I'm just going to pull it out until we get to an even length for these two sides of the string. There we go, without pulling it off my bench. Alright, I don't know how well you guys can see that, but here's all my string. I got it pulled out, probably, oh, I don't know, 6 feet for each strand, so I'm probably winding about 12 feet of string into my spool. You don't have to pull it this far away. I'm just doing this just to show you for the video. But there we go. I got my two equal length strings going all the way back to the trimmer head. Now all you got to do is go to your trimmer head, let your two equal halves of string go ahead and droop there, and then you're just going to grab the trimmer head and you're going to twist it clockwise. Actually, it's a lot easier just to twist the bottom part of it. And as I do that, it's sucking the string in. So at the end there, it was getting a little bit tough to wind it in, so I probably did a foot or two too much string. So probably try to stick around that 10-foot mark. You might be able to go 12 to 15 if you actually have the 0.95 string, but with this larger 0.105 string, about 10 feet's all I'm going to try to put in there. In fact, I'm actually going to back it off a little bit and trim it off before we go ahead and use it. Well, it is raining out here, so you guys are stuck in my shed because I don't want to mess up my camera. But I'm just going to go ahead and edge around the playhouse and clean up my yard a bit.
Alright, that terrible noise was just the string trimmer self-cutting itself on the little tab that hangs off the guard. Now, as far as running the .105 string, I would say it would be awesome for hacking down weeds or brush or anything like that. But what I noticed immediately with this real heavy duty string is that it just tears apart my fence and playhouse as soon as it makes contact. With the much lighter string, the .85 that came with the Dewalt, it still did a little bit of damage, but you had to, put some pressure and really get into the wood. So if you're just doing kind of general yard trimming and what I'm doing here, I would definitely recommend sticking with the smaller string. Now, if you're going to go back on the wash and hack away at those bushes, like I probably will later today, then the heavy string is going to be much, much better for that type of job. I tend to be usually my weed whacker to edge and usually cut a little thicker brush, so I will make the heavier string work, so it lasts longer and it just generally whacks through things much easier. Now I'm getting my yard ready. I'm out here whipping in the rain because I'm getting ready for my little guy's first birthday, which will actually be the day that I did all this work. And believe it or not, it actually cleared up. It ended up being a beautiful day not too long after I made this video. Kind of cool watching the string push the water out of the grass.
Not sure how much you guys could see there, but it's alright. Don't know how waterproof the M50 is. I don't really want to find out.
Now, as far as the weed whacker goes, I still can't get enough of this thing. It's been working awesome. I just recently bought a brush cutting attachment for it as well. So I will be attacking that wash a little bit later. I'll make another video for you guys and review that attachment as well and see how well it does. But everything I've thrown at it so far, it's had plenty of power and done the job pretty easily. So, pretty happy. Oh, forgot the mailbox. Anyways, yeah, even for edging around these rocks and kind of getting in and out in between them, any weed whacker can do the job, but having that variable throttle on this electric weed whacker definitely helps out. Here's a quick clip of my DIY cupcake stand. If you guys saw the build video, here's a quick clip of it all decorated. And happy birthday, Weston. If you like my content, please like and subscribe. Thanks for watching.